What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game preview, not special Kickstarter preview. And today I'm very excited to be checking out LACORSA Grand Prix game from LACORSA Games LLC. This is for 2 to 6 players, ages 14 plus. It'll take about, 25-30 minutes to play. And in LACORSA Grand Prix game, you are going to be a member of the Grand Prix racing, trying to get in first place so you can gain those oh-so-delicious points. You're going to go over X amount of races until someone has the most points. But the game has some interesting twists and turns, as you will actually be physically using race cars, potentially. Pretty cool, huh? Let's open it up. I'll tell you about it. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of LACORSA Grand Prix games. Before we get started, I do want to mention this is the promotional copy in front of me, even though, as you can see, everything looks pretty nice right now. So first and foremost, we got a handy-dandy rule booklet. It is, 14 pages, double-sided, full color, full of pictures, illustrations, and examples. And this game is actually kind of odd in the aspect that it gives you not only a rule booklet, but also rule cards that you can utilize. So you can potentially have 2 people looking at the rules at the same time. Never really seen that before. So in LACORSA, what you're going to be doing is you are going to be taking control of either 1 or 2 race cars, and they're going to be on this track right here. And I also want to mention that you can also play the game using cards as opposed to the track. So if you're on the go, I guess you can just take this with you as opposed to taking this with you. So that is kind of a nice feature there. And you're going to be trying to win the race, so to speak. You're going to be going over X amount of laps, X being however long it takes you to get rid of all the cards in your hand. And then you are going to play to X amount of races, which is however many races you want to do. You're going to be keeping track of your score on this little handy-dandy score sheet right here. And you're going to be trying to win the races. So what am I talking about? How do you win the races? Well, let's show you the cards, and then everything will be clear. So the cards, you're going to get 6 different suits in the game. The suits don't really matter at all. They're just different symbols. And they're going to be numbers 1 through 12, which are these guys right here. 12 being the most powerful, 1 obviously being the least powerful. Then you're going to have red line cards, which will add 2 to whichever number you play down. So if you play down a 10 with a red line, it'd now be a 12, which might potentially catapult you in front of your opponent. And there will also be extend cards, which will allow you to make up room on the racetrack when, so let's just say this guy would want to extend. Now he plays an extend card and he's back behind the red guy, so he can challenge him to hopefully win the race. So let's show you how the game works. When you first start the game, you are going to take as many decks as you have players, and you're going to shuffle them up. So we have 4 players. We would take 4 of the decks. We're not going to need the other 2, and then we will shuffle these up. You're going to deal 13 cards to each player. So we'll just go ahead and we'll run a little mock hand right here. Doesn't really matter. So we got that going on. So how it's going to work is each player is going to take turns, and you're going to be going from the back of the line to the front of the line, and you're going to be directly competing with the player in front of you because you're trying to, outmaneuver that person in front of you. So right now it would be the white one versus the red one without any stripes. And they're going to play down 1 card apiece face down. So I don't get the best hand. I got a lot of 1s, unfortunately, but I got a 12 here. So let's just, that's an extend actually, so it's not bad. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to come out big. I'm going to come out swinging. I'm going to play this 12 face down. Let's see, this guy's, he's got a really good hand. He's got a couple of 11s, so he'll play 11 right here. And we reveal at the same time. I have a 12, he has an 11, which means, boom, I get to move forward. Hooray. So we would then switch places. These cards go into the discard pile, because as I mentioned, the trigger to the end of this race will be when someone completely runs out of cards. My turn is not over, however. Your turn is not over until you've either extended, or until you've passed 2 people, or until you've lost a challenge. So I can go ahead and I can challenge the green guy right here as well. So you know what? We'll take a look at his hand, and he's got a small hand for some reason. He'll play this 8 right here, and I will just randomly play that card. Ooh, is it a 6? Yep, it's a 6. So I play it right there. Bada boom, we would reveal. And unfortunately, I did not win that race, which means my turn would end. Now it would be the red person's turn, and then the green, and then the red, and that would be the end of the, the lap. You're going to go until someone has completely ran out the cards, at which point you will finish the lap, and whoever is in first place is going to get, I believe it is 9 points. Let me confer to the rules because I don't actually watch Grand Prix racing. We had to confer to them when we read it. Yeah. 9 points for first place, 6 points for second place, 4 points for third place, so on and so forth. You can go to as many races as you want to play, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game will be the winner of LACORSA Grand Prix game. And that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alright then, LACORSA Grand Prix game. Coming to a Kickstarter near you very, very soon. Who might be digging this game? First and foremost, if you're in the market for a family game, this one will definitely fit the bill. It is a very, very simple game. You have just the numbers 1 through 12, the extend cards, the red line cards, and honestly, if you're trying to play this with even younger kids, you could take out those extend cards, you could take out those red line cards, and you could just play with the numbers, and it would be a good number exercise in addition to having, well, cool race cars, which brings me on to the next thing that some people might like is definitely the components are really good in this. And this is just the prototype version, but you got the cool little racetrack that folds up like a little pair of nunchucks. That's what we were calling them. You got the race cars that are actually wooden, and I guess yours are going to be even nicer than this. I like the fact that it has rule sheet and rule card, so you can potentially have two people looking at the same time, which is always a good thing. Last but not least, if you like racing games, this one definitely does that. You are going to just be competing with the person right in front of you, which is kind of thematic, because if you're in a race, you're not really competing with the person in first, you're competing with the person that is right in front of you, so you can pass them, and then you can extend and do all that sort of stuff. So, that is LACORSA Grand Prix game coming to a Kickstarter near you very, very soon. I'll be sure to post that Kickstarter link down below. If you enjoyed this preview, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below and in the comments below. Let me know, Dr. Seuss, do you enjoy his books, or did you enjoy his books when you were a kid? For me personally, I love Dr. Seuss books. I read them all the time to my kid and also the kids in my class. I love the tongue twisters. I love reading them as fast as I can, pushing it to 11. But do you like Dr. Seuss? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.